Written by Michael Ende and published in 1979, The Neverending Story is a vast and layered tapestry of imagination, a story within a story, where the act of reading becomes a heroic quest, and where the battle between creation and destruction is fought not only in a magical land, but in the human heart. But if you know The Neverending Story only from the movies, you've only seen part of the tale. The screen captured some of the wonder, but not the whole truth. The first film from 1984 dazzled audiences with breathtaking landscapes, soaring luck dragon, and unforgettable images. Atreyu crossing the swamps of sadness, the southern oracle's twin sphinxes, the spreading terror of the nothing, and who could ever forget Falkor? It gave us Fantasia, as the film renamed Ende's Fantastica, and it etched itself into pop culture with visuals, spectacle, and that soaring theme song. For many, the movie is the never-ending story, but here lies the first critique. By renaming Fantastica as Fantasia, the movie shifted tone. Ende's Fantastica was a realm of endless storytelling, boundless imagination, both light and dark, whimsical and terrifying. Fantasia, by contrast, sounds dreamier, softer, less precise, an aesthetic fantasy rather than a philosophical allegory. This change reflects what much of the film does. It trades the deeper meanings of the novel for visual wonder. The differences go deeper still. The first film adapts only the first half of the book, Atreyu's quest and the Empress's salvation. The second half, where Bastian enters Fantastica himself, is almost entirely absent. In the novel, this is the true heart of the story. Bastian becomes the shaper of the world, each wish he makes erasing a memory from his real life. His journey becomes not about rescuing a fantasy land, but about wrestling with temptation, pride, and the danger of losing oneself to illusion. This is where Ende pushes beyond fantasy into allegory, asking, what is the cost of imagination when it tempts us away from reality? The Never-Ending Story 2, made in 1990, tries to include this material, the silver stairs, the memory loss, but simplifies it into a straightforward adventure. Instead of Bastian's gradual corruption and tyrannical fall, we see only a boy learning not to make too many wishes. The nuance, the tragedy, and the psychological depth are largely lost. By The Never-Ending Story 3 from 1994, the connection to Ende's novel is almost completely gone, replaced by light comedy. Michael Ende himself was furious with the adaptations. He said the movie reduced his book to a banal children's story, stripping away the allegorical heart and turning imagination into mere spectacle. And critics agree. The films, beloved though they are, often miss the point. Where the novel shows that imagination is both dangerous and redemptive, that it can destroy as easily as it can save, the films largely present it as wish fulfillment and adventure. Where the novel warns us about pride, temptation, and the peril of forgetting our true selves, the movies soften those edges, reassuring us instead of challenging us. That is the real divide. The book gives us Fantastica, a mirror of our deepest selves. The movies give us Fantasia, a dreamlike playground. The first enchants but unsettles, the second entertains but rarely confronts. So, is the never-ending story just what you saw on screen? Not really. The movies gave us Falkor's smile, Artax's tragic sinking, the awe of the ivory tower, but the novel gives us more. It gives us the warning that every wish has a cost, that imagination can corrupt as easily as it can heal, and that the truest story is the one we carry within us. If you've only seen the movies, step into the book. You'll discover not just a childhood fantasy, but a profound meditation on memory, identity, and the never-ending power of stories. And if you enjoyed this journey, subscribe and stay with us. We'll keep exploring timeless stories, one novel at a time.